Boy, oh boy, what do we got here, guys? This is an updated video on XPEV. And I'm trying to hit you guys with this before the breakout. So we made a video in the past here when it was right around this point here. And we said if this level wasn't going to hold, look for some potential support at this level here at 32. And then we had some fib levels below, and I'm curious on how that played out. I didn't get a buy-in on this yet, but that's because I'm waiting for a confirmation of something, and I'm going to get into that in a second. So all I had for data to go by really was this potential of this fib retracement here, and let's see how it played out. So we talked the downside target. I believe we talked about a downside target of being down here at this 32.63. I don't think I mentioned this 29.85 level, but I think I had the fibs pulled up. I'm not too sure on that. But I do want to look at something. Yeah, I mean, that wouldn't make sense. But now that it does make sense, what can we pull out of this? I mean, I'm going to put that there, seeing that it bounced there now in case anything happens here. So what are we at? Well, it looked like we were going to get a death cross here, but now it's kind of looking like this 50 EMA is starting to flatten out, which is a very good sign because that won't push it down further here. And where are we on this? I'm going to get rid of this trend line real quick because I want to see. So we just pushed up right over the daily 20 EMA, which is a good sign here. And then I had this pattern in here, which I might actually change this bottom trend line here. And since we actually got a bottom. So, you know, I don't even know if I want to put it in there, but maybe I should. Let me see. Oops. That's all right. We can put another fib there in a second. So now we got this, and let's see if this looks any good or what we're seeing here. So if I was to go from this wick here to these two wicks here, maybe I would, let me just see. Okay, let's do this. I mean, this is kind of how I had it drawn here. So does it make sense? Sorry, guys. I'm not prepared at all. I just was like scrolling through my stocks here, and I went, wow, look at this thing is running here. So basically, I mean, could we call that the falling wedge? I'm just trying to find a breakout target here. Well, obviously this trend line here is working out. So this could be a breakout right here. Let's look at some smaller time frames real quick. I mean, I'm not going to move that top trend line because it seems to be working out very, very nicely here. So I can't really give you a breakout target because I'm not sure where to put this bottom trend line. I mean, if we were going to leave this bottom trend line kind of where it was here, then I guess we could give a breakout target here, but I know where the resistance would be above, so there would be a very smart play if you wanted to do a long on this one. Then I wouldn't really say to long it up to 63. I don't think that would be safe until we got a breakout of this top line. And this top line would be around 46.28. So to me, this wouldn't be a bad play as long as we don't roll over here, which, I mean, I don't think it's going to roll over. That's a pretty strong uptrend. So how would we look at this? It is starting to roll a little bit. You can see we're getting a little bit of this rounding action. So if I go from I got to try to draw this out real quick. So let's see. This was a rising. Yeah, we'll do it like this. Let's break this thing down real quick. So this right here, we came up, we made, this is how I easily find out what the hell's going on. Makes it clearer too. So if you guys ever are looking at a stock, like what the hell's going on here, you can kind of figure it out this way. So we had a rising, what it looked like could have been a bull pennant, but it was a rising wedge. And the breakdown of the rising wedge here was the breakdown of this, which we put this here, and it breaks down to 32.72, and we broke down here to 32.84. So that's why I always put my targets a couple cents above my breakdowns, because sometimes I can miss them. And then we got that breakdown. It got bought right back up, and TD sequential didn't get any 9 flashes, and now we're creating what looks like nothing I could tell you. It's actually kind of complicated to see what this could be here. It is kind of tricky. Unless this whole thing here is a bull flag of some sort, which we're actually looking like we could be. Maybe it's a rising channel. I am looking for a breakdown here. So I think we might get a breakdown right there. So what if this whole thing was a rising channel? Or rising wedge? Let's go like this. It doesn't have to break down this far, but if this whole thing here was a rising wedge and we get a breakdown, then we'd be looking for a targeted move of, well, that wouldn't be too bad. So if we broke down here just for a little cool off session, we could come down to 32.89, and then I would buy that dip there for sure. And then we could bounce back, even if we touch it a couple times there. Let's see if that makes sense on a fib. Let me do a quick fib retracement. The only reason I'm talking about a breakdown here, because this looks bullish, right? Because we got this beautiful move up, right? We flagged out here, got a breakout of the flag. Boom. Or pennant, bull pennant. Nice breakout. Nice double bottom here. Flag, break up, rising channel, breakdown, potential of a bigger rising channel, potential of a breakdown here. And it's rolling over right here. So I think we could see ourselves get a nice drop there and then maybe create another rising channel and break this, and then a back test. That's kind of what I would be envisioning here. Obviously, nothing is certain here, but let me hit this with a fib real quick. Go from here, boom, to here, roughly where we are, right? Or where we peaked. Oh, yeah, I didn't peak there. We peaked up here. Yeah. Let me make sure I hit that right. We peaked up here. There we go. Okay. So, we could catch support at the 33.72. We could catch support at this 32.63, which is my level. Or we could catch support at this 32.89. Those are your three levels there. It's hard for me to say exactly where we would hit. This seems to be pretty good support, so it wouldn't surprise me for it to bounce off of this level here. So I would be targeting one of those two ranges there. That's kind of where I'm at with that, just looking at it on the 1 hour. This is crucial support. 32.39, 32.97, 32.57, and obviously you have this 200 EMA. It could bounce off of that. Let's look at the 4-hour and see if we have any support below. I mean, it's pretty low on the 20 EMA. We are rolling over here a little bit, so I would expect a little bit of a drop here. I don't know if 33.72 will hold, but if it does, that wouldn't be bad. That wouldn't be a bad spot to pick it up. Personally, I'd target this 32.89 roughly, because you might get one wick there, and then you could go as low as 32.09 potentially, but I don't think it'll smash down that hard. Do we have a red TD9 flash or anything? Let's see. Oh, we just got a red TD9 flash there, and we ignored it. And now what do we have on this 4-hour? Yeah, so I mean, that's kind of what I'm thinking there, guys. So I would just kind of keep your eye on that breakdown target, maybe pick some up there, and that's probably where it's, and then it'll probably be on its way. So hopefully this helps. I gotta go.